Greetings, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings. As you can see, the sky today, looking at this. Looking at this. When I look out there, the rest of the world and the events going on, I at times forget. Sound of an ambulance. Somebody's. Oh well. Hope everything goes well with them. But at times I forget that what's going on in the rest of the world, because around me it's like this. I've been looking at the news from everywhere, especially around the continent. I already know pretty much what's going on, the plans that other people have. But my focus most of the time is what's happening between Africa, Africans, and to a small extent, what's happening between China and Africa. One of the funny things that I keep looking and I wondering what's going on with African bloggers, especially the ones with the millions of views, the millions of followers that praise them for being great. Those from Kenya and Ghana, South Africa, even some of us in South Africa. I can show you how to invest in South Africa, but nobody is showing you what's going to happen with Ramaphosa and DA. Silence. So when you move to South Africa, life for you seems great now, but remember, now you're stuck between the poor South African, the poor Afrikaner, and the rich South Africans. And when I say the rich South African, I mean the one who has more rand than you. The ones that were given their rand. To keep the poor South African suppressed and oppressed. You're never going to worry about the people like the DA who represent the apartheid state. The same thing is happening in Kenya. And I'm looking at that situation not because the young people in Kenya are beginning to wake up, but because this man, Ruto, planned on sending I'm right, selling his thugs to Haiti, not to Haitians, but the people, the apartheid in Haiti, the Zionists, and not only the Zionist Israelis and Europeans, but the Zionist Lebanese, the Zionist Arabs. You are not seeing them as Zionists, but they are. Why do you think they make deals with Israel? But anyway, you're not seeing this. His thugs are going to Haiti. You're watching him send his thugs into the street, and they're killing their own people. What do you think they're going to do to the Haitian people who are diasporans now? And I told you about what you're going to have to expect in the coming time when Africa leaders like Ruto and Kufo in Ghana and this new one in Senegal, Faye, and all the others who were protected by their army. When the noose becomes tight, because Europe has no resources, remember that. Or everything that they use to make the weapons, and it's all about weapons. It's all about making money to make more weapons. The Caucasian strives, his economy is built on war. It always has been. You hear about Elon Musk. Yeah. You hear about Bill Gates. You know, they made the computer, they made the electric car. But they have to protect themselves from the rest of the world. It's always been like that. The wealthy landowners, if you go back in history, had their own armies before the one king came. The one king came and said, I want all of you to submit. Whenever I want to go to war, whenever my coffin is low, my coffers, not coffin, coffers are low, and I have to go to war to find money to pay off, to eat. You got to supply your army for me to go fight. And that's what it always was about. Rome didn't go to Egypt to be partners. They heard about Egypt having riches and wealth. And that's where they went there. The Arabs didn't go to West Africa because they appreciated it, want to spread Islam. No, it was about wealth. And a foolish man leaving Ghana with a ton of gold, showing the Arabs where the gold is. That's the way it is throughout history. And we are, every passing generation of diasporans are getting dumber and dumber. They get going to college more. They're getting degrees more. But when you go to college and get a degree, you got a PhD in social work. What the hell? How much money are you getting paid? You can't repay the loan that you borrowed. So we are putting ourselves in a problem. Now we're begging the government for loan relief from the student loans. They didn't give you the problem. You got the student loan so the banks can make tons of money. That money is going back into weapons manufacturing. They're investing in weapons right now. All the arms dealers, their stock have soared. And if the war that you see it being fought now, if they can end that, and they're trying to now, they're talking tough, but they're trying to end the war. They're hoping that Russia stop fighting so that they can turn to Africa. If you see all the summits that being held, it's all about getting African resources. All of them. And nobody. It's like I said, it hurts the heart when you see none of the African bloggers. I don't know if they don't have the knowledge, or if they're not wise enough to tell their people, or fearful of telling their people. And the people really are so ignorant that they want to be entertained instead of gaining the knowledge to run their own economy. They complain about not having enough to eat, but own a cell phone so they can watch entertainment instead of using the cell phone, which is beside the plow, the cotton gin, the harvester, and the medical equipment and knowledge. That piece of equipment in your hand called a cell phone is one of the best pieces of history in history. For knowledge and building something, you can find every piece of knowledge in there on what to do, how to do it. Even its history. And technology has a history. There are technological cycles where something that invented in Africa goes to China. From China, they make some new improvements, sell it to somebody else, and that person finds something that this technology can do better, and they make something from it, and it comes right back to China. That circle where improvements is made to technology, you can see where it can go. You know, a cup didn't always have handles. We didn't always have something called a fork or a spoon. Knives, we didn't always have knives made of steel. Those are technological improvements. Copper and bronze, and then iron, then steel for knives. And now you have knives being made of other, plastic even, and just as sharp as the steel. In your hands is that piece of equipment that all these 1.24, which is actually is more than 1.24, is 1.6, about 1.6 billion Africans. But they have to undercount us. We are the most on the planet, more Africans than Indians right now, at present. And the Indians have begun to die off. Anyway, we are not looking at what's going on. As you can see, the African is not looking at what's going on. African himself, the poor African, all he wants to do is get to Europe or Saudi Arabia, America, putting himself in slavery, enslaving himself. While he's going to Europe, the European is coming to Africa to take the land that he's leaving behind and the resources. All to make war. War will never, ever end, even if we go out into space. That's what they're going out to space to do, to find those resources that they can harvest to make better weapons. When I say better, better at destruction. The one weapon to kill all is being sought. That's what this is all about. The one weapon to kill all, that has the ability to kill everything, is being sought. Anyway, I didn't intend to go this route. Actually, I wanted to talk about Africa. But I have to show you what's going on and how foolish we are becoming. But the knowledge, we are getting like big degrees, but no knowledge, no wisdom. And it's going to kill about 70%. Those of you who watch my videos, listen to my videos, I hope you are not in that 70%. Peace. Try to enjoy your day wherever you are.